In the current market of layoffs, there are a lot of professions which are at risk. One such profession are designers. And there are a lot of reasons why designers are at risk. So in this video, we are going to look at some of the reasons why design jobs are at risk and what are the ways that you can stand out and be more important than ever to your company. So let's get started. There are many reasons why designers are the first ones to be fired, and the number one amongst them is that the company do not understand the value of design. You must have heard from a lot of people, hey, we have made this entire flow, can you just make it more beautiful, can you make it more pleasing, can you make it look better? And this is something that we hear quite a lot. And if you think about it, in the hierarchy, just making something look nice is not as important as making things or coding things, etc. We as designers are often considered to be as nice to have rather than must have in the team. And whenever the company goes through a financial crisis and they feel like this is low value job and they don't need this luxury anymore, we are the first ones to be on the radar to get fired. Most people do not understand the design process. They often look at the mock-ups or the final design and judge the things on the basis of that. They haven't seen us doing the competitor analysis, research, or usability testing for that matter, where we have taken so many inputs from the users and they often judge it on the basis of what they can see, which is the final designs. And this lack of understanding of our processes makes us more vulnerable because nobody really understands the contribution that we are making towards making a product really great. They can't see what we have added to the system rather than just making pretty looking UIs. So it makes it harder for anyone to actually make a case for why should they be staying at the company when the company is going through a crisis. And since we are talking about this, you think about the financial crisis. It's mostly about the money. The company doesn't have so much money. And design is often looked at as a cost rather than an investment. It's something where people invest to make some things look nicer or just to have the product. But it does not generate any revenue for the company, or so as companies think. So in the business terms, we become the cost centers rather than the revenue centers. And the one thing that they know how to do is to get rid of all the major cost centers during a crisis. Another big reason is that there is no metrics that can directly be associated with UX, at least in the short term. In long term, you can look at customer satisfaction, net promoter score, and a lot of things that can add up to it. But in the shorter term, there are no particular metrics that you can assign it to. So UX often becomes something metricless. And since it's hard to quantify everything that you have made, every decision that you have made to any particular metric, because a lot of function add up to that, like engineering has done the code, product management has done their job, business people, marketing people have done their jobs. So it's very hard for the stakeholders to actually see what is the impact that you are having on the project. And since it can't be measured for a shorter term or for even a decently long term, it seems that you're less valuable to the business. The value of UX can only be seen in the longer term, just like subscribing to our channel and getting the quality packed videos every single week for years and improving yourself. I'm sure you didn't see that coming. So just go and subscribe to the channel and enjoy our rest of the video as well. While some companies are actually trying to bring design to the center and core part of the business, like Airbnb, Apple, but there is still a long way for us to go to actually stop proving that, hey, we create impact. So till the time that happens, we have to take the matters in our own hand so that we can prove to our managers, stakeholders, the impact, the importance that we are adding to the project so that we can keep doing the job that we love to do so much, which is designing. And the last reason I want to focus on is the emergence of AI. AI has made it super simple for us, the way we live, the way we work, and the way we communicate with each other. And it is having a drastic impact in design as well. With the tools coming up like Galileo AI, Midjourney AI, it is becoming incredibly simple to just making a few screens. Now you can just enter a prompt into the AI and it can generate beautiful looking screens for you. So we need to also learn a few skills and upgrade ourselves so that we can adapt to this changing world where AI is doing most part of the things. So in the next part of the video, I'm going to share with you a few things that you can learn, few skills that you can build so that you become more important and relevant for your organization than ever with the emergence of AI and a lot of other things. So let's talk about the first way to stand out. It's actually talking in the language that they understand. If they are talking a lot of matrices, you should not be the one, hey, I just design screens, but you should also be looking at that. For example, if they understand conversion rate, retention rate, churn rate, you have to learn those terminology and prove to them how designing a certain flow differently, how your decisions are actually increasing the conversion rate, increasing the retention rate, or decreasing the churn rate, right? And this is something that is going to be super important for designers of tomorrow, because business understand business terms. Business understand how you make money, how you are going to keep making money from the customers by retaining them or just offering new value to them. And talking about the customers, let's talk about the second way to stand out, which is become an advocate for the users. AI can do a lot of things. It can generate copies, it can make designs, it can do a lot of stuff, but it's still very far away from understanding human emotions, humans' motivation, and what they are trying to do. So if you have a grasp over what your customers want, what are their biggest pain points, and you solve it in a way that actually makes a difference in their lives, and you can keep advocating to it, to your stakeholders, to the other designers in the team, you are suddenly more valuable than ever. Talking to your team and stakeholders, that leads me to the third point. Always sensitize people about the design and the processes. One of the biggest things that I mentioned as a problem for designers is that a lot of people don't understand how design actually works. So whenever you start a new project, do make sure that you always sensitize people to what you're doing and how. So keeping an engineering manager in the loop, or the engineers in the loop of how you are starting it and what are the things you are going to do, makes them more receptive to when you ask for a slightly change in the delivery date or just how you want to design things, because it will be better for the customers. So always be an advocate, not just for yourself, but for the design process and for your team. In this way, they will understand the value of design and why it's core to what they're doing. Talking about sensitizing a lot of other functions to design processes and how we do things, that leads me to the point number 4, which is to collaborate with multiple functions. As a designer, your job is not to just design products. Your job is to actually understand from the stakeholders, which could be marketing people, engineering people, business people, as well as your customers, and design a solution that works for them, that solves for their individual use cases. Because marketing would be trying to optimize it for something else, business has different goals, and the users have their own problems. So if you can collaborate with all of them and make something that works for them, they will be on your side and pushing for you. And while I'm talking about collaborating with stakeholders, you will be thinking, how can I collaborate with the users? So just making it a regular practice that you will have a conversation with one customer every single week, and you'll just show them what you're creating, take their feedback on it. It's just one way of collaborating. Let's talk about the fifth way to stand out, and it's about aligning your designs to the business goals. For that, you need to actually sit with the business people and try to understand from them that what they are optimizing for. Is it the retention rate? Is it the high average order value? Is it the lower churn? Is it the brand awareness? What is that they care about? And once you do that, you'll be able to design something which can align better with their goals. And once you understand their goals and align your designs to their goals, they will be more on your side, and it will make sure that you can also show the impact that you are creating in the project. These are a few ways in which you can stand out and show your impact to the company, and also makes it easier to have the conversation about what is the kind of impact that you are having and why should we keep you in the team. I hope you liked this video and learned a lot from it. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to learn how to tell great stories to your stakeholders so that your designs get approved in a go, do check out this video by Menka Chandrasekhar, where she has explained great storytelling techniques that you can use to present your designs. I'll see you in that video. Till then, happy designing.